Welcome in YouTube. My name is Ross and I'm going to be doing a tutorial today on Tears of the Kingdom 1.2 runs. Preface it with saying I'm a little sick and my voice is all over the place, so if we're squeaking, shout out to puberty. My name is Ross. I speedrun Totk, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on 1.2 current patch. The Amiibo route and more of the vanilla-ish route. So it does omit some of the fastest strategies, but this tutorial is definitely sufficient for a sub-hour run. I have a 5940 or something like that, maybe 5950. I have a summa best of 5320, so yeah, so clutch factor really a problem. But anywho, this will be a great tutorial for anyone who wants to learn the route, wants to learn some of the tricks in the route. So that being said, now that I've talked for a minute, let's get right after it. I'm already up here having done cog skip, but let's go ahead and start. So we'll start at the first split. You start in the Room of Awakening, and run up and grab the Decayed Master Sword. I will go over all the tricks minimally in depth, but the hope is that you walk away understanding the full route, how the tricks work, a good kind of visual cue for the tricks, so on and so forth. So, all right. So go up here and grab the Decayed Master Sword to start. Then we're going to hit some vines. Always want to be mashing B to get through any of the text boxes. And then we will run out, cut some vines, hang a right, run up the cog, and we'll pray. Good thing about cog skip, it is in the beginning of the run, so you can spam it when you're doing attempts. So anywho, I go up here, I just position myself a little bit above that line on the right. The right where on the part you can basically walk on. At the edge of it is kind of where I position my right foot. It's kind of like right there. Turn. And then you want to run. The B button to sprint. X button very quickly after like a frame of sprinting to jump, and then the R button very quickly, and then the Y button clear. I like to do them in succession, 1, 2, 3, basically. So missed that one. That was too far to the right. And that is good. Okay. So cog skip. Again, it's early in the run, so you can spam it. The trick really sucks, but the main thing when I'm missing it is I'm not going through the buttons quick enough, and I lose height, especially on the Y press. I think Link dips too far down, so there's too much space in between the R press and the Y press, and Link dips a little bit. So I try to just go rapid succession, you know, X, R, Y. And the hope is that you get up there within a few tries. If you don't, you just start your run over. So, all right. So now we want to sprint our way over here. I get about right to here. I hang a left, jump. This trick's kind of, or this jump's kind of tricky actually. If you jump straight up, you bonk, right? That actually worked, but you generally will bonk if you kind of jump like straight up here and you can't get on there. If you angle too far to the right, you're going to miss to the right, and you're going to fall off, and everyone's going to be sad. So the jump is just kind of a little bit to the right, and then you can get up. This part here is a little tricky too in the beginning. You can hold strafe if you want, ZL, move over to the side, and then just kind of walk your way across. Or when you do it faster, you can sprint right into it, run into it, kind of bonk off, and then find your way around the edge. I don't want to do cog skip again, so I'm just going right around here. And then you just start sprinting. I do the feather sprint with the stamina. I just feather it basically all the way back to center, and then I run it out. a lot of this run is really just this, right? So around this turn, you want to have enough stamina, so then you make the turn, jump, and you get the auto pull up there. Sometimes when you don't have a lot of stamina, you'll jump, or you'll jump in the wrong spot. So you want to find the right spot where you get pulled up like that. And then we'll jump a few more times. 3 times is fine there, so we can get back into stamina running. Run up here and we're going to get the wings. And then we're going to go to dupe. So next we'll do some duplicating of wings, give you the thought as to why the amount of wings that I do. So anyways, get over here, want to hold the R button, press up on the D-pad, move over. This will allow you to have it in ball form. Throw 1, another one, throw 2, jump up here, and now we're going to dupe. So I'm going to dupe them first, and then I'll go back and talk through how we dupe. I'll also go through how many we want to dupe on this route. Oh, we actually threw a wing on accident. I'm pretty sure that's way more than enough, but anywho, okay. So we pick them up, and we'd run off here. There's the wings I duped, and then we're going to essentially dive. So let's go back through and kind of teach you how to dupe. Duping's pretty easy. Essentially, we're going to hold the R button again, and then press up, slide over to the wing. Essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to walk off this edge, right? When we're clear, we're going to hold the up button, and we can let go of the R button now. And then all we have to do is just throw it. And then we'll have duped an item. You have to do it with 1. You have to only be holding 1 to be able to dupe. But I like to look down when I do it on this one, because you have a visual of the clearance, basically, right? So now I know I'm good. Then I can release R, and then throw it, and then we're good. So you can bounce the wing off this tree into yourself, and you take damage. So you do want to try to angle it a little bit to the right, because if you take damage, it's really it makes a little bit later in this run perilous. So, but anywho, so you can dupe to a total of 7, 8, or 9 here. We'll talk a little bit through while we're following why we would dupe to 7, 8, or 9. So you run over, you find a spot over here, you dive. No. All right. So that essentially starts the run. You can dupe to the number of the vanilla-ish amount is dupe to 9. 9 is perfect amount of wings to do all the essentially the vanilla-ish strats on this route. You can dupe to 8 or you can dupe to 7. Duping to 7 makes the Temple of Time split a little more difficult. You have to be pretty precise with your wing so that you can get back off of Temple of Time with the fade out. So not to lose runs when you're just going for a sub hour. Easiest is just to dupe 9. My summon best is set as a 5320. So this route is easily sub 55 if you're actually good at the game. So here you want to hold forward and be tapping the right button. We'll talk about that in a second. So on that fall, you're holding forward, and I like to tap the right analog so that I can gain control of Link, and then you're doing this sort of sword swing basically to position yourself, and then you can dive. So you basically hit the R button, then the B button, and then the Y button in succession to do the swing. And then when you're right over a lily pad, optimally you want to dive. Right when you're landing on it, you crouch. That'll allow you to walk off and go. If you're not going to get to that, you just want to get as close as you can to here so you can take one swim and begin running. And then we go into more just stamina running. Apologies for the voice. Running, we're jumping, running. And again, there's much faster ways. I don't want to say much faster, but definitely faster ways with like crouch sprinting and sword sprinting to traverse the map. A little more advanced, and the thought process on the community is it doesn't save more than 5 seconds. I feel that's probably wrong, but it can't save more than 10 seconds is my guess. So you want to be mashing B, obviously. Get through the text boxes. Also going to try to do this tutorial in kind of one fell swoop here today. So bear with me if there's deaths and whatnot. I will teach y'all how to do everything. But if we fall on a wing drop, that could back us up a little bit. So anyway, grab the Pura pad. We're hitting the B button. We're gonna have to hit the A button there and get back on B. All right. So the first wing drop. It's gonna shift me over and let me look at the thing I'm not gonna use here. I'm gonna be holding down and to the left here on the right stick to make my camera angle go down and to position me. We are trying to run, and we are trying to, my visual cue basically is this line right here, the line right before the yellow moss. I'm basically trying to press up on the D-pad right as I cross the line. So give it a shot. Hope we don't die. If we die, we'll reset, but should be okay. And we're good. So the visual cue is just right as you cross over that line. You want to drop it. You'll have to find the exact spot. When we get back to it after we finish Temple of Time, I'll point out the spot again and go over why you miss and why you get it, things of that nature. So it's always good to understand why we get it and why we miss. So you want to start angling down. We're going to essentially run into the Temple of Time here. We are going to turn around here. Hit, walk forward, drop one, turn around, grab that. And you want to skip it by X and then plus. Give you a brief understanding of this before we proceed. If you just run right into the Temple of Time and click the button and go forward, unless your wing's in a precise spot on these stairs, which is the top stair running into it with the nose, when you respawn and come out of the little cutscene, you'll be standing on the Temple of Time. Essentially, if you're standing on the Temple of Time, you can't get the fade out when you jump off this cliff here to bring us all the way back to the Stewart construct, right? So a couple of different strategies here. You can run and jump here. You can run and jump off the back over the edge. It is tight. You do have to do that the sword swing to basically catapult yourself off. So it's not that tight, but vanilla run, vanilla strats, I essentially just drop into the wing here. So now you have a walkway, right? Jump off here, we're diving, and we're good. So we've never stepped on the Temple of Time ground, so it's going to fade us all the way back to the construct. Now we want to talk a little bit about how we're going to go over here next, but we want to talk about this one more time. So if we let this wing drop too soon, yeah, I'll have a load there. So if we let this wing drop too soon, we're going to essentially just drop the wing, and then it's just going to fall off. We're not going to ride it anywhere. So we'll try to give a example of that here real quick. Should work. So let's go back. I was too far to the left, so that actually probably would have worked. But if we do it, essentially, if we do it too early, we'll not get enough speed, we'll fall off. If we do it too late, either the wing drops way too far out, or the wing just simply doesn't spawn if we do it too late, and then we will miss our target. So go back over here. Let's hope to get one that's a miss. Okay, so see, that was too late, right? So I barely grabbed on, but because it was too late, I couldn't actually get onto the wing. Too early again. I'll try to show you too early real quick. There's a couple of frames in there that'll work depending on your exact angle. So you do have to play with it. This is still a choke point, even in runs for me. It is pretty debilitating when you miss it because it is. You've done all the other steps up to this point. I don't need my splits. You've done all the other stuff, and then you lose a run to this, which is pretty deflating. So I'm going to try to show the other one, and then we'll carry on, but see if we can show the other one here. So that's the too early one. If you drop it too early, it spawns, but it's too early and it just kind of falls off. So it has to be at that spot, or right as you pass over the line by the moss, then you drop it, and then you run out onto it. It'll clip the side of the ledge, and then you can run right off. So now we'll proceed actually to the next wing drop, which for me, and I would think everyone would agree, is probably the hardest one. There's multiple different strategies. I found a strategy the other day that I like a lot. I basically walk up here to about right here, and then I turn to the left and I look all the way out there. Oh, wrong button. I look all the way out there basically to that little tree down there to position myself. So I come up on here, I strafe, I run myself into the wall about right there, turn myself to there, and then I'm going to basically start running and get right on the wing drop. Oh, we did it a little bit too early. Let's show again. I think it was actually like a frame perfect after I landed, excuse me, or started running, but so it's the same thing though on all of these. You do it too early like that, the wing just doesn't get any distance and falls off. You do it too late, like you spawn it like up there, the wing's way too far out or it doesn't spawn. Let's go back again, move ourselves over, go. Oh, that's not gonna work. And then that was too late. Now let's do it one more time. We'll get it this time and we'll move on. Like I said, this is the toughest one. There's just kind of not a surefire way to do this. Just something you have to get the timing down. Some nights it's better than others for me. But with a tight trick like this, I don't think the run really starts until you get this wing drop, basically. Then you're like, you can breathe for a second. Your run has now started. So, stand right there. Turn to the side. Oh, we ran off it, but we're good. I'm going to actually probably go back and show it again. This was a tight one. You don't really ever want to be this low, but it would be good. So let's show it one more time. As again, it is the toughest wing drop in the game, but it is going to clip the right side and kind of the center to slow it down. You can also go, and there's another spot where you can do the wing drop, but I find it's much less consistent, although I have died here twice now, so who am I to talk about consistency? But jump up, lock myself to the wall, turn myself, go, and then we're good. So that's the strategy. It is pretty consistent. I don't think I've seen many people do it exactly that way, but there's one where you use a little bit faster. You just kind of run and turn to the left. So anyways, we're moving down here. Once we get to this clearing, you want to angle this thing down so you can get a little super bounce there. Got a weak one, but all right. So bombless cave, we're going to run around and we're going to grab every bomb in here, feathering the stamina the whole way. This one will go here. Now we're going to jump up here once, and then jump again. No light. Again, still just feathering the stamina the whole way up. This one's tricky. You want to run right through the first one right here, so that you're now, when you see bomb flower, grab it, turn yourself around and go. Run up here. You can just slightly get close to this one and grab it. Run over and grab the flame emitter shield. Turn ourselves around. Run out here. Let our stamina get back up as we're getting this here. And then 1, 2, 3. Now you're up there. Got stamina rebuilding. Stamina rebuilding again. Part's a little tricky. A couple different ways to do it. One's a little bit faster. You do have to get up here fairly quickly, though, because if you fall, you're going to be done because you'll have ran out of health. So you can still die right here before you enter. So fingers crossed. And we're safe and we can breathe. The run is now started. The resets are over. Again, I'm going to try to do this in one take. You want to be hitting X as you enter the shrine there, by the way. I'm going to try to do this in one take. I have no clue how long it's going to be. But if I can't, I'll stop the video and then release it into 2 sets. So the first shrine, the Ascend Shrine, pretty easy shrine. The only thing is basically we need to destroy one of the enemies, take the enemy's bow, and then we need to make the fast cycle of the platforms. It's not ultra tight, but if you mess up one thing, you're going to miss it. So I like to just run down. I crouch sprint a few times here, but you don't need to. Another ascend. Now we're going to run over to the right, and we're going to hold ZL here to light him on fire. Once he's done, we're hitting the A button so that we can grab the bow. Running, swing, swing, and we're running again. Ascending again. More than enough time to make the cycle. Grab the second one. If you miss the first cycle, then the platform essentially moves all the way to the right, and you just kind of have to wait on it like a jerk. But yeah, so that'll get us through the first shrine. Some things about the first shrine. You definitely need the bow because we're going to use it later for a different glitch. Well, for pretty much all the glitches at the end, we need the 2 bows. So you have to get the bow. The flame emitter, again, ZL, holding on onto ZL, lights him up. And then right as his health is depleted, then you can move over, position yourself right on top of his right arm, your left side of the screen. Be mashing A so you grab the bow as soon as you can. Right when you get to the bow prompts, you sprint over, and you want to be holding sprint and press the Y button to swing the sword. If you're holding sprint, Link will swing the sword. If you're not holding sprint, like pull it out, then he'll swing, you'll waste time. So you sprint over, swing with Y, slice the first rope, and then since it's already out, then you can just walk up and hit Y. You don't have to hold sprint again. Walk up and hit Y again, slice the second rope, turn around, sprint over, ascend, and then put that head down and run over, and you should have more than enough time. So next trick is going to be another wing drop, but it's an easier one as I mess it up, but we're going to be hitting B to get through this text. And then I'll walk over, pause the game, and talk through it. Running over, hold our So this one we're gonna hold ZL to bring our. We might die here, but because we're cold, look at Link. We're gonna hold ZL to bring our shield out. This will allow us to walk up to the edge and not fall off. And we'll jump. You want to jump long enough so that you're all the way out. When you're a good distance away, you'll press the up button on the D-pad. That'll bring up the menu screen. Should be on the wing. Hit X to deploy the wing. Then you don't have to be holding forward anymore. Once you've hit X to deploy the wing, then you can hit ZL and A. That'll do a shield jump. And then as the shield comes up, then you tap A to get off the shield, and then you'll land. So hopefully it should look a little something like this. Alright. We got that done. Now we're going to go all the way down here. You don't want to alert these constructs or your run's over, so I fly down to the left. Probably don't want to hit that. And we did. And now the run actually, troll could be over, but we can get it corrected. We don't want to hit that, but want to get as low as we can here. We're way too high, but tutorial, so not a big deal. We can take that much tighter, be much more efficient, and save a bunch of time over it. So anyways, talk to the first construct right here. Want to go to that's a problem, because that lets us cycle through the prompt faster. Get the energy cell. Now we're going to prey on the amiibos. So we'll talk through what we need as we do it. So we want one of these palm fruit. Do want some arrows. And then we want a fleet lotus seed. And there's our fleet lotus seed and our arrows too. Grab the arrows. We love arrows. Okay, so now we've got what we need for speed up. Now we need attack up. Oh, not a good one. So we need any mighty carps we can get. 2 Hyrule bass. Let me do it again. And we're 1 short. I'm looking to get the other one that we want so we can show it for reference. Oh lordy, these are insanely bad scans. Run's basically dead. But we did actually get enough here, so we'll grab the mighty carp. I can't remember what the other fish is offhand. It's the red and white one, but essentially what we need is we need 5 of these fleet lotus seeds for speed up, or we need 4 of these and 1 of these palm fruits for speed up. So this is perfect because we're going to dupe these. Then for the attack up, which we'll use on Ganondorf, we can have 4 of these and 1 of these. We can have 3 of these, 1 of the armored, I think it's an armored porg? The red and white fish, and 1 of these, or we can have 2 of those armored ones, 1 of these, and 2 of these. There's a bunch of different combinations. Primarily, it's going to be 4 of these, or 4 of these in the red, and 1 of these, right? But there's a bunch of different combinations, so. Alright, so we're off and running. More running. Get through here. Switch over to our bombs. Throw 1 bomb. Throw another bomb. Watch for the red ruby. There it is. Pretty good spawn. And then we're going to get up out of here. Trying to hang as close to the left as I can here to avoid that little bat who's still going to follow me on my tail. Turn this corner. Throw another bomb. I like to do a high throw to ensure that I don't kill that one on the left right there. Grab this stick. Switch over to the stick. Hold this button without... Oh, I missed him. But you can kill him with 1 arrow, which is faster than running over there and trying to kill him with your stick. Anyways, you can grab the shield. Now we want to go dupe the Fleet Lotus Seeds, right? So the R button again, up, Fleet Lotus Seed. This one's a really easy one. We just run up, walk off. Remember, we're holding up, releasing R, and then we're throwing. Now we've duped one. Two. Walking off, looking down, holding up, releasing R, pressing X. So now we have 4 of these in our inventory. And we have the palm fruit, so we're good. So, run over. Right when we get close to it, press the start button. Excuse me. Press the plus button. Click on it. Hold it. Once you've held, then you can just hit A to hold the other ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good. Then you hit the B button, A button, X button to skip. Get your speed up. Now you hold again. All of these are held. One of these is good. B, A, X. Now you've got your attack up. And now we run over, jump up, hit the start button, hit the pause button, what is it? The plus button, Move over 1, menu over, eat, and then we get to run it. Speed up is used in this route for a couple different reasons. Makes a wing drop easier, and it's just much faster because we're not, on this route, we're not using the air fly technique to fly across different parts of the map. So running over here, when we get here, we want to switch over to no weapon because we're going to grab the Royal Claymore in here. So this shrine, not hard, but can be a little tricky. So we're mashing the X button, and then we're going to start mashing the B button. So we're going to run down, holding sprint, and then we're going to be tapping the A button, essentially as we're running right up to the Royal Claymore, I think is what it's called. We're going to grab the sword, basically, and then because we've moved our inventory over to no weapon, that will now be our weapon. And then once we grab it, then we'll walk through what the next step is. So we're mashing, we're mashing, we're mashing. Our man's going to leave. Mash right through the last box here, and then we're running. Mash, mash, mash. We grab it. Okay. So now all we have to do is hit the B button, and we're going to be able to move forward right back to Link. And then right as we're about to be parallel with that rock on the right, we're going to stop sprinting. We're going to click one click of the L button. That's going to bring our abilities menu up. And then we're going to just press the Y button after. I think it's the Y button, right? Y or X. We're going to find out. That's going to fuse it for us. So we're running over. Boom. Oh, let's actually do it again. My mind was in the way. Actually, still can't remember offhand right now which, but I think I pushed the X button. It's all muscle memory at this point. So when I have to explain it, it's a little harder. Then we're going to keep running, and we're going to swing the rock basically right through the wall there. So running, mashing, grabbing, running up, Y, running, swinging. Should jump there to save time. Anyways, we're running through here. We have the arrows. So we're running up to about here. Looking up. Shooting. Grabbing the extra bow there. Grabbing the arrows. Got a really bad bounce there. You can watch some of the better runs and see where you shoot that chest with the bomb so that it bounces back to around here, so you save some time. So, nonetheless. Alright, now we're going to sprint our way up. Oh, we sprint too much. Anyways, so running up, we're going to open this door. As it's opening, we're going to go over, we're going to shift with our menu, we're going to shift R, then we're going to click on the flame emitter shield. We're going to defuse it. And right as we leave the menu, we're going to drop a bomb. So we're going to defuse it. Going to hit B to get out of the menu, and then we're going to press up on the D-pad. And now we're already on the bomb. We're going to press X to drop it. Now we're going to hit the L button next to open up this abilities menu. Click down on fuse, and then we can hit ZL fuse it. We've done that while this door's opening. Crouch a little faster. This is self-explanatory. Run up, grab onto that. Run all the way to the right, jump at the last second when your stamina's going out. Get you closer here, so you'll save probably a couple frames. So right when this is done, we're going to sprint, release sprint, and then swing with Y. You missed the jump. If you jump right after that, you can kind of cancel the last part of the animation to save a little time. But nonetheless, that's the shrine. Definitely can be played in parts faster. Want to be mashing X and then the B button as well, because now you have the opportunity to leave these shrines quicker. So, all right. So the next part, this part's a little hard. It's hard for me, but in the faster route, we would do a couple different tricks, run up all the way to the right, and do the arrow smuggle fly, where we can just fly from the top of the cliff up there all the way to Ultra Hand Shrine. That's a big choke point. So in lieu of that, we're going to do a shield jump with this bomb attached. It's going to bounce us up. Then we're going to hit up on the D-pad, X button to drop a wing, take our shield away, and begin to fly. So it should look something like this. Okay, so we got that. Probably go back and do that again, maybe, for the tutorial. But we'll kind of walk you through what we want to do. So we want to fly all the way over here, well over the edge here, so we can run and jump, gain a little bit of distance, save some time, as fast as we can over here. Want to run all the way up here, and this is where we want to ascend from. As we ascend, we're rotating the right stick to the right. We're running right through here. All right, so this next part, we're going to drop a wing really easy because we have speed up. We can go to the left or the right of the big island in the middle. Essentially, we were going to ascend up into the Ultra Hand, or we can jump on, grab up, and then ascend. So faster just to ascend up, and we'll kind of go through that right now. So I want to run all the way over here. This is free. You just basically do it right as you run through the tree. Right as you run past the tree, any point there is fine for the wing drop. So we're lowering our height here because we need to go much lower than we start to be able to make it. We want to hit the wall basically. So we're going to essentially try to run into this wall and then ascend up. This is very fickle. There we go. So we run into it, levels us out, then we ascend all the way up. Right when we get up, we rotate, we press up, drop this. Gonna hit L again, then down to fuse, the ZL button, and get on our wing. So now we're good to go. Now we've made it. So that's kind of the optimal-ish way to get into this shrine. The other ways you can do it are you can essentially just keep your height. And I'm going to go back here, but you can keep your height and just jump onto the wall and climb yourself up and then ascend. It's going to lose about 15 seconds to that, but it is free. And from experience, this is a major choke point in the run for me, because if you miss the ascend, you can mash the ascend. If you don't get it, you're falling and your run's essentially over at that point. You can keep going, but it essentially is over. So let's get through this. And the hope is that yes, okay. So we're going to start back at here. So as you're loading in, you can be holding forward and B to start the run. And then if I didn't say it, the shield jump is X to jump, ZL to pull out, or ZL then A to pull out the shield. And because a bomb's fused to it, we're bomb bouncing. And then right when we're done bomb bouncing, we let it go up a little bit, press the up button. Now we have complete control. Move over to this, hit the X button to drop it, and then hit the A button after that. oh, excuse me, the B button after that to release our shield. It's all muscle memory. I don't know the buttons. All right. If we jump too soon here, we can fall to our death or even dive. So we want to get like over the ledge here. And that was actually a pretty good one. So we're running right past the flowers here, up to this corner, and then we're ascending. So now we'll go through basically climbing up the wall. So we're running. I like to take this to the right then. And I'm just using the tree as my fixed point of view. I'm dropping, and then I'm just continuing running and jumping. And then this one's important that we keep this wing as level as we can, because we need the height from this wing to get far enough up the hill, or excuse me, far enough off the side of the shrine here area, so we can make it. So it's important that we keep it level. It's important that we don't go into the water over there, because it will flush it as well. So this should be good enough. Doesn't matter if we stamina ourselves, because we're moving over here to ascend anyway. A couple different points you can ascend here. I believe this is the one that it's just 2 will get you all the way up. So yeah, there you go. And then you get up, you drop your wing, and you go from there. So either way works fine. This one just loses some time because the 1 direct ascend is quicker than climbing, and the 2 ascend. So anyways, so we'll go into the shrine. This is just going to be a really simple shrine. Hard to pull off, but simple in theory. It's just going to be a bunch of wing jumps, basically. Or shield jumps, I would say. To cross a bunch of different paths. So we're running. And then we're doing the first one. Second one, we just have to be right at the edge to get it. And then the third one, a little bit to the right, basically, of this. But it's very lenient. We're running through, and we're ending the shrine. So pretty simple. But again, if you miss the second jump, it's a problem, because you have to climb back up the ladder. And you have to basically start all over again, and you're losing 8 seconds. So we're running, we're releasing run, more stamina here, running and jumping, right? And this one, we're running as close as we can to the edge. See, I was trying and I messed it up, but we're running as close as we can to the edge. We're jumping and waiting as long as we can until we're too low. And see, even that one was a miss, so. Again, just another thing you have to play with till you get good at it. And it does have a little bit of leniency, you can see there. There's another strategy too that's easier, lose a little bit of time, but if you come over here, you can kind of run up here. Oh, excuse me. Because you're farther up on this platform right here, just gives you a bunch more room, essentially, to make it. You lose about 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds, but if you're struggling with the other one, or you just have a goal in mind and you don't want to lose, you want to have a little bit easier strat, though, you can go to the left or to the right and do that. Obviously, the Ultra Hand does work. It's just not going to be anywhere near as fast unless you're a savant with Ultra Hand. So, all right. So let's try to do it again in one fell swoop. Should be good. That was actually a really good one. And this one here, you just want to be angled as much as you can at it and jump far enough away so that you're not under it. And then at the end there, as you're coming up to the little platform, you press the X button to jump, and then you press the B button to put the shield away. And then you can get it taken away and start to run. All right, so you come out of the shrine. You're going to be wanting to press B because you're going to start talking to I think it's Raru is the name. I could be wrong, but you want to cycle through. You do have speed up here, so you want to be careful. We're going to run to the left, and then we're going to release run right at the end, so we don't run into the wall on the left. And then we just run as usual. Want to grab these arrows. Those arrows are gold for the Ganondorf fight on the strategy we're going to use. Excuse me, for the army fight. We're just running over, and we're ascending right when we get to the edge of the yellow there. Running over, feathering stamina all the way. And then at this point you would be about half-ish way through the run, if memory serves me. Yeah, 28 minutes through, so on a sub-hour pace, you're almost halfway through the run, or about halfway through the run. So this one you can essentially just hold sprint all the way when the door opens, all the way to this guy, and then press A when you get up there. And really all you're doing now in the light is you're mashing, you're doing X plus, X plus, X plus, because then you're skipping the cutscene in there as quick as you can. I think maybe an hour for each part here will be good, so I'll probably end this about the hour's length, then come back with part 2 after, which I think will be good. So we're mashing through. This jump is very tricky and can lose a bunch of time. So we're gonna walk up to this basically either the left of it or the right of it. I'm gonna use the right of it. And we jump up. And we shield jump onto there. Jump onto here. Oh, run. There's a shield jump you can do there that's faster, but platform is very fickle. You can fall off. You don't jump at time. Right here you want to be pressing the B button. It just gets you through this scene faster. And then we're mashing through. And now we're going to be using the Puripad to move over to the recall shrine. So we're pressing the B button. Right as we get control of Link again, when Raru leaves, we're going to press plus then minus. So plus, minus, the R button, and then hold down and get to the Room of Awakening, and then press A twice. And we're not going to the Room of Awakening to do confiscate. Thank God. Although I guess in theory we have the wing now, so we could jump up there like we was going out of style. All right, just gonna bring in. You're going to hold down and left here, move yourself over, and then do the wing jump to the corner. Get a send out, send ourselves up, move our camera a little bit to the left as we're coming out of this, run, and then we're sprinting, making sure to feather the stamina. We're getting in this shrine. Now this shrine, you're going to hit X to get going, but Rauru is not going to be talking to you near, so you're going to have to go. So break this one up into pieces. So we're going to run all the way down to the stairs, then start walking, press the L button, move it over to the left. It's going to give us recall. Do this. And then we're going to do a shield jump. And then we're going to do a shield jump far away there. Press L again. Recall again. This one we can just run up and jump. Wait here. Shield jump there. We have a lot of time now to wait here. And we're going to run through. And we leave the shrine. So we'll kind of walk through it again to make it easier to show you the visual cues that I use. And then we'll complete it one more time. And then we'll, at that point, I think we'll end the first part of the tutorial. I wanted to do it in one fell swoop, but I think breaking it up might be. So anyways, we're running down. Right when we get to the corner, we stop sprinting. Get down to the third step, move over, recall, and then we're going to shield jump right after we do this, right? You don't have to do all these shield jumps, but they just make it a little easier. So this one, Right as you get to about right here, that's when I push it to recall. Click it, run over, and just do a full jump. This one again, you don't have to shield jump. You can just do this. But it's going to be probably a little tighter here, yeah. And then see, that's a good point. So on the cogs up here, it's not super tight, but it's a little tight. Right as they cross over is when we want to use it. If we use it too early, like it happened earlier there, I missed it, right? If we do it too late, same thing occurs. So we want to do it like right as they cross over. So now we'll do it one more time. Hope to crush it, and then we'll end the first part of the tutorial. I'll tape the second one next and then release them also. All right, so we're running right to the edge of the stairs. We're walking, holding left, using recall, shield jump, coming out of it, shield jump, left button, walking up, recall. This might be a little tight. I'm not sure what I was doing. Recall. Should still work. Not very fast, but should still work. So it's probably only a couple frames. Ultimately, you just want to get that cycle and move on with your life. So we will mash the X button, then mash the B button, then mash the X button again. So that's where I'll end part 1 of this tutorial, and then come back and complete part 2 of the tutorial. So you have a full guide on current patch 1.2 with the vanilla route. So that if you're looking to learn this, you can. So hope everyone has a good day, and see you in the next video. Cheers.